All right, I'm here with a waiting Abigail. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Guys and gals, I should say, I should specify.
Thanks for
Uh,
having
Having
no,
us.
no problem at all. It's been a good minute since I've done a Zoom interview. The last time did one, whoever I was on with, just talk, 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 and I have a 45-minute time limit, right?
Mhm.
So I sat there for about 2.5 hours just editing all of that, but I'm okay with doing that. Just before I get into the interview, I'm going to be airing this on Thursday. I usually air them on Saturdays, but I got a like a special edition show going on for another band and all that stuff. Um, Super appreciative to be here, though. Thank you. And
Yeah,
before,
thanks.
Thanks for having us.
no problem. And you are growing rapidly in this scene right now. Like I saw your name from one of my DJs, Doc Rock. That was the first time I ever seen you. And I heard the music. I was like, this is pretty good. And then I blink. Then there's JB Metal on Castle Blacks playing you guys. And
Mhm.
then everybody. I just see everybody everywhere. So
It's
good.
awesome.
Super
Yeah,
cool.
it surprised us too.
Yeah, and I think that kind of leads me into like the first question. When did Awaiting Abigail form?
It's like during the
Well,
summertime. So convoluted. Yeah.
it's so complicated. Well, really, we got together for the first time in September. So the music to that EP was sort of written and kind of sitting on the shelf, an iPad really. And then we found Abby, and Abby did some audition recordings. She came and jammed with us once in September,
Yeah.
and then we went straight into the studio. So it wasn't like we had a bunch of practices or a bunch of gigs. It was basically, hey, here's some tracks. Can you write words to this? And she was like, yeah. So really, I would say probably September is, if I had to give us a birth date, I would say September.
Mhm.
September, and we're in February, so that's not even a year. And I've seen bands going for 20, 30 years to that just got to your point. You know,
Yeah.
like you're gonna blow up completely. And just a little bit of I guess, a compliment to Abby. I've been listening to "I Hate You" a lot because that's just been like my favorite song, of course, off that EP. And I just feel like I'm listening to like Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, right? Like
Oh,
that's the
damn.
vibe I'm getting from it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
No problem. But yeah, it generally it sounds like it's gonna take off. Just the production, everything is so professional. I believe you just signed a curtain call, right?
Yeah, I mean, sign, it's, it is what it is. It's a promo service. But yeah, we're doing a promo with them, which kind of targets, what John and Gigi do. And then we're going to do some indie rage also, because that kind of goes toward the SMR and eventually XM. But yeah, I mean, I call us an indie band, even though, you know,
Yeah.
some people some people say they signed, but I mean, if I'm not getting paid, then I didn't sign anything.
Yeah, I get that. Curtain call, I'm pretty good friends with the owner. I think his name is John, right?
John
Um,
Coon, great dude.
Yeah. So actually, the station that I do all my shows on, I own that station, and that's been a great project for me. But I think over the summer, when you guys actually created your band, around that time, I was trying to look to go on to a couple of radio stations, syndicate the music, kind of like how Doc Rock does. A couple of the stations I got on didn't do too well, but I almost got onto his big one called Rock Rage Radio. But unfortunately, the time that I wanted to be on, somebody else just grabbed it, like literally like a day before.
And
Yeah, we're just now figuring out basically how that works, and it's the tip of the iceberg. Like for the outsider looking in, all the stuff that we got out there basically was just copy and pasting emails and like sending our music out. But I totally get it. Rock Rage seems like it's like kind of one of the big ones, and we're really happy to be affiliated with them. But Doc Rock is the man. Like he
yeah,
definitely,
he helped us out a lot.
he like right away, like he pretty much seems like he kind of broke us in terms of the internet stuff.
Yeah, he's a really big DJ. It's just he's everywhere. If
Yeah.
you look at online radio, especially in the rock and metal scene, You're not missing that. Like, there's no way. He's everywhere on every station, every time. That was actually how I ended up getting him onto my station was I started and I used to DJ with him over on Castle Black. And I was like, Doc, you are such a good DJ. You have to come over here. He's like, okay, when? I'm like, Wednesday. He goes, all right, Wednesday I'll be on. I was like, awesome. He's definitely he's definitely like a really big connection in the scene. He does really well. I very admirable of his promotion and what he does for the up and coming bands around the world.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
For sure. And maybe one day I'm trying to get to that level of his. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, hey man, I'm trying to get to your level. He's just like, you got another 29 years to go. But yeah, so my next question I have for you is you just released a music video for your song Bad Mind, or is going to be releasing rather. Tell us about the creation of that video.
So fun. So we pretty much did a two-part. So we did one with all of the bands and kind of put sheets over our practice room. So it was actually in our practice room. Everything that was filmed was in our practice room. And so we did one with the band, and then we did one with just me individually. And you'll see throughout the video, there's like three versions of Abby. So there's bad Abby, good Abby, and then just like normal Abby. And you'll see that throughout. We kind of cut through back and forth. And
Mhm.
you'll with the bands, each of them have like a gray portion of them kind of come out of them, and that's supposed to be their bad mind. So it's very interesting, very like technical, I guess. You have to like really catch those details. But it was super fun to do. We have a little vanity too in the video for my part, and that was awesome. It was really fun.
So if I'm not mistaken, it comes out the 24th, right, of February?
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Oh my God, I'm
Tomorrow,
losing time.
yes, yeah, 7 Central tomorrow. And Justin Paul is our video guy, and he's awesome. He's going to be on there when it drops. It's going to be like a live drop with a chat just for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Justin there, and our sound engineer Alex Gerst will be on there for a few minutes. But yeah, they're magic with their respective areas for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time is it going to release at?
7 p.m.
You're East Coast, right, Brandon?
Yes.
Yeah, so 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. All right. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
definitely I'll be around for that for sure. I
Yep.
gave it
Pop
I
in.
gave sorry, what's up?
No, you're good. Just pop in and say hey, like just say hey, it's Brandon. I interviewed you guys yesterday or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a little bit of promoting on the main page for it, try to get it out there a little bit as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you. You guys have been doing a lot of promoting as well. As soon as I said, "Hey, I just started playing your music," instantly. I was just, "Oh, go listen to DJ Kemono." I'm like, "Oh, really?" Um, I felt like I was a little invasive, but I just kind of wanted to just let you know I was playing your music just in case you didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate that.
Of
We want
course.
we want to thank all the people. It's like gotten to a point where it's like, oh man, people are playing our stuff and we can't give them a shout out because we don't see it or it goes by so quick, which is a great problem to have, right?
Yeah. No, it's gonna be a bigger problem. You're gonna have so many people playing your stuff one day, this station, that station, and you're just gonna lose track of it all. I can definitely tell you as a DJ, right? I have this big list of independent bands that I'm playing all the time, Thursdays and Saturdays, and there's quite a bit of time where I'll get a message from somebody and be like, "Hey, I haven't heard one of my songs on your show," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I totally forgot because I got all these bands here." So it could be a lot to manage. I get that. Um, the next question I have here is, do you have any new songs in the work?
What was that again?
Do you have any new songs in the works?
Oh yeah.
Boy, do we. Yes.
We're starting on we have a gig on Saturday, Creek Fest. We're playing 2 new songs.
New songs, okay.
Yeah. I'll let the girls talk about those songs.
Yeah, so the first one is called Left Out. We haven't even gotten the studio with it yet. We kind of just wrote it kind of during practice. So that one's gonna probably take a while to get out officially. but it's more about just feeling left out in a group of people. It's very like dark. And then we also have another one called Anxiety that we're playing on Saturday. And that one I actually wrote 2 years ago, so you can go and listen to it. It's more of a pop version though, like an R&B version.
Mhm.
But we're redoing that one and making it more like rock. So that's really fun.
Yeah. No, I think I like the anxiety song. That's something I resonate well with. I have a issue with that. I've been dealing with that for 10
Yeah.
years and it's getting it's getting it's getting worse and worse and worse. Doctors don't even know what to do. But it is what it is. I'm working on that day by day. Left Out was the other song, right?
Yeah, Left Out is the other song.
Yeah, it's a good. That sounds like a pretty good theme for a song. I'm just insinuating that it's just about trying to fit in with a crowd, and
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, it's something that I've advocated a lot before, and especially like I have a niece who's 9 and then a nephew who's 5, right? And I'm telling them, even though they got quite a bit of way to go to high school, and said, when you get to high school, be yourself. Don't join in any of these other paths.
Yeah.
Don't try to be somebody you're not. That was a problem for me for many years, especially when I got to high school. And then of course I went down some bad paths in high school and all the fun stuff and cops running after me, but that wasn't me.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So
Totally.
I guess that's something I kind of learned as I got older. So hearing that in music, because I don't think I've ever really heard much of that type of topic in music.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something that isn't really out there as much, something kind of different, but with the same vibe of like mental illness, because that can tie into mental illness.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of people go through that. So I was like, that'd be perfect to write about.
Yeah, for sure. And just like a quick question, with the song I Hate You, was it based on anything particular or was it just like cool lyric writing?
Um, I feel like it's also like bullies. I've never like personally been bullied, but I know a lot of people that have. And so it's kind of like about those mean girls, but it could also be about family issues, friend issues, work issues. Like it could be about pretty much anything, whatever for like rose your boat.
Yeah.
Um,
We sort of co-wrote
yeah,
that.
we co-wrote that one.
And for me, it's centered around girls, just catty girls, but it literally is anybody.
Yeah.
Like that person at work that sucks the air out of the room whenever they walk in, and just like, or people in the scene. I mean, we're not really in the scene. We're kind of like we're we try to kind of stay above all of that, but like it's just about anybody in the song and in character. It's definitely about girls being like catty to each other or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's really about anybody that.
I didn't co-write it, but I will fight bullies, so we'll just put it out there. Any need, give them to me.
Laurie's our enforcer.
It's no
Yeah,
problem.
no, no,
My business is punishment. Business is good.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I definitely saw the caddy themed in it. Especially in the beginning. It sounded like I was watching one of those like chick flicks from like the 1990s. I was like, okay. But yeah, it got me hooked in a lot. I think it's just very catchy. The vocal arrangements are good. Um, yeah, I definitely have a favoritism towards that song, but
Thank you. Yeah, I kind of use because I started off with pop music, so I
Mhm.
kind of that type of songwriting, and I think it blends really well with like the rock instrumentation.
So in general, right? How long have all of you been doing music for, like individually?
Well, why don't you go first?
Oh, okay. I mean, I started off in musical theater when I was 4, and then when I was 16, I started making my own like pop music, and now I'm here. I'm with these guys.
She was 16 like
Yeah.
yesterday, by the way.
I'm 19, so like 3 years ago I started, and I was also in a rock band, but it was like a little local rock band. It was more of like a like like teaching rock band where they kind of just taught us different songs. But I started that when I was 10 at All About Music in Houston. So yeah, I've been just kind of playing around with different stuff. What about you?
Well, so I'm a band nerd. And Laurie and I went to high school together.
We did.
And she was in color guard, I was in band, and I played trumpet. I played trumpet all the way through middle school, high school, college, got 2 degrees in music, not related to the guitar at all. I hold the guitar and try to play it, but like, really my main instrument is trumpet, but I was a band director for a really long time too. So do something totally different now, but that's kind of my musical background. And I played with, Heather, our drummer, in bands like basically from the time I was 15 until 21. And then I kind of had to check out, grow up, get a job, cut my hair, do all that stuff, finish college.
Yeah.
So I just got back into it with this project.
I started playing probably, I'm trying to think. I got a bass at a pawn shop in high school, and I started playing around with that. I started more like playing like punk music. The Clash was my first, like that's how I like learned how to play bass a little bit. And then the band that Heather and them was in, they lost their bass player, and I was like, I'll do it. Even though I didn't, I had no business doing that, but I was like, give me a shot. And so I kind of learned, trial by fire on that one. So I've been playing ever since. And unlike James, I never cut my hair and grew up. So I've been just playing there. You know what I'm saying? Different bands or whatever. So it's cool to be back, with these cats.
Yeah.
I just cut my hair.
Whatever. James Brown.
I do just want to say this is the first time in all of my interview history that I am not the youngest one in the interview. I am 21, and hearing Abby's 19, I'm like, I'm finally not the youngest one.
You'll be 20.
I'll be 20 March 22nd. So it's coming up.
Oh,
I'm 24.
Happy early birthday, then. Happy early birthday.
He's like, I'm not touching that shit.
All right, what do I got next here? That last question was kind of just a quick fire in the mind. It wasn't written down. My next question is, you have a very packed schedule with live performances coming up. Tell us about some of those shows and the ones that you are the most excited for.
I know we're doing one at Whiskey A Go Go in July, right?
Yeah.
Yes, July. That one I am like super pumped about because I saw so many people played there. The Beatles have been there. I saw Miley Cyrus played there. Motley Crue played there. Blondie. So that's like a huge deal for us. But we're also very excited for Haltom coming up this Saturday. So that one's really cool. And we're having 2 concerts there. So that's really cool that they're bringing us back. And
Then Doc Rock's thing. We kind of have soft rolled this out. I'm about to post the flyer for it, but the details, they've had some challenges putting the thing together, but there's going to be a big biker rally out in Flagstaff in September. So we're going to be playing that. Doc Rock is hosting it. So you'll see a flyer coming out for that, but that's in September. That one's going to be huge. It's going to be a festival. There's going to be, I think, 7 bands there.
So I think that was in Arizona, right? I think I've seen the flyer, I think from him or you or somebody at least once. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my goal. Like, I want to grow, get a bunch of bands, be friends with them all, and then book them right here in New Jersey in a venue and just have them go and do a good ass show for a whole day.
that would be awesome.
I had the idea, and then I realized the problem is finances. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
Got to pay all the bands, and you got to do the booking the venue itself, and then this and that, and I don't have the money for all that right now. I can hardly keep up with the radio station, which I'm spending quite a few pennies on a month. So,
I bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's good. You guys have a lot of cool live performances coming up, and you're spreading your wings fast. I keep saying that, but it's really like everywhere. Every time I see a post, I feel like I'm seeing some sort of a new performance coming up. I've been seeing a lot of Creep Fest. That's what I've been seeing recently.
Yeah, we're blowing that up. That's coming up on Saturday, and it's just a who's who of like who's jamming around here. I mean, some really solid bands that have been doing this for a long time around here, and it's two stages there at that venue,
Mhm.
and it's just stacked with monster bands. So yeah, that one's going to be a big deal, and they're everybody associated with is putting a lot of stuff out right now.
I
So,
think I saw Creeper USA was on there, which kind of threw me for a loop because there's a Creeper in the UK.
right.
I'm a big fan of that band. I have one of my friends who's also in a band. He always comes to my show. He showed me them. So then when I saw the USA band, I was like, "Oh my God, you guys are touring with them?" I was like, "Whoa!" But yeah, they're a good band too. I have yet to hear the United States version of Creeper, but the United Kingdom one I do like a lot. They got some pretty good stuff here. Um, I want to see because I one of these questions you kind of answered before. Um, if you had to describe your band using one word, what word would you use and why?
Weird.
Yeah, we're mix,
Yeah, I guess
Eclectic, I guess sounds better.
eclectic.
Weird.
like
We're all very different.
unique,
Ah,
unique.
Hey,
Ragtag.
nerds.
what happened? Sorry, it cut out a little bit for a second.
I said nerds.
Nerds.
I said unique because we're all
And
different age ranges. There's like half girls, half guys.
there's six total people in the band, right?
Yeah.
So what are all the positions you got going on in the band? 'Cause I've never heard of six in a band, so it's got to be interesting.
The practice room, it's like a clown car. You just open it, everybody falls out.
It's it's just your standard five piece. So you got two guitars. All that we've done is add a synthesizer. So like she does Corey, who's not here, she does samples, actual keyboard playing, and different stuff like that. So it's your standard five piece plus a keyboard player.
Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking like you had maybe somebody like you said you played the trumpet. Maybe you're playing the trumpet in the background or something.
That would be kind of cool though.
No, none of that. It's just a two guitar attack and then the keyboard, and then she just yeah just drives a microphone. Although she can play guitar too.
Yeah, and piano a little bit.
That's nice. That's nice. Um, yeah, if you need a seventh member, I have like about 3.5 months of experience at clarinet.
Oh,
So
Oh,
Oh.
yes, Squidward.
yeah.
yeah,
Get you in there. We can give you a little inch of space. Tear-
I could do it from the other room. Just give me a microphone, like a boom mic, and we're all good.
You can FaceTime in.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Um,
I'll tell you. Speaking of the clarinet, when I went to the last time I went to Whiskey, so work allows me to be able to go. I travel for work, so I go to the Whiskey probably about half a dozen times a year.
mhm.
And I was there on Halloween. Was the last time I was there. And on Halloween, there was a band, probably 15 people on that small stage, and it was the weirdest mix of things you've ever seen. From like your standard rhythm section to an older gentleman playing clarinet. There was a accordion. There was bagpipes, and then the vocalist had his own cymbal that he was banging on up front.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know what their name was, but that the last time I was there, I was like, man, we actually don't have very many people in our band.
Yeah, I know. You're like,
Yeah, I used to do the school bands back in the day, and I was in it for 3.5 months. Did the clarinet. I liked it. It's just my band director was kind of an asshole. It's like he was just like one time I was talking and he got like mad. I'm 9 years old at this point, right? So he like took my stand and like threw it across the band room and like screamed at me to go out in the hall and play my clarinet. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I can't do this.
I don't blame you.
That sounds like a typical day band directing.
Yeah, he got very mad just because well the thing is I'm a talker, right? And I don't know if it's the New Jersey in me or the ADHD or both, but sometimes I don't know when to shut up, right? And I was just talking and talking and talking. I think there was a girl in that class I liked too, so I was maybe playing around, doing whatever. And then like he told me to stop talking, stop talking, stop talking, and it got to the point where he forced me to. I'm surprised he didn't hit me upside the head with it. But yeah, that was kind of my exit from playing instruments. My brother has a guitar. I tried to learn guitar, and I might be able to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star off tuned, but that's even that's kind of pushing it a little bit. Vocals, forget about it. I can't sing to save my life. I've been looking into trying to get better at singing, but I don't want to bring I don't know what it would be like a trainer, like a singing trainer. I don't want to bring them through that pain. It's pretty bad. But so I have one more question left for you. Out of all of your released music, what is your personal favorite song that you have made?
Let's start down there.
I mean, I'm not going to give you like anything cerebral. I like Bad Mind because I get to slap on it. So I just,
It's
yeah.
fun. I like People Pleaser because it took the longest to write for me because I
Mhm.
really get into the mindset of a people pleaser. So I'd say that one's my favorite.
I like Bad Mind is probably my favorite one. I like all of them. Abby's done a really good job of taking, like, she can take, it seems like any track and make it singable, like where you keep hearing it after it's done playing. So we're so glad that we have her because she has a major talent for a hook, I guess.
Yeah.
But probably Bad Mind. But it also changes. Like it depends on the day. But it's funny that we now, like around my house at least, and sometimes in practice, we use the names of the songs. Like it's like, oh, because you have people pleasing tendencies. We talk about that at home. That's one of the lines out of the deal. And then like we'll tease each other about if somebody forgot something. It's your bad mind.
It's just your bad mind. I'm gonna
Using using the puns there. I see you. I see you.
But yeah, we like them all, but we're excited about new stuff. I mean, we literally, if we had enough time together and close together, we could just write a ton of music.
really good.
She's great and super fast with the lyrics. The rest of the band, there's several people that just could sit down and riff out some really good stuff. It's going to be fun, the new stuff. But we'll have, like I said, or she said, we have two new songs for the show on Saturday. Probably next month we'll have another two. Hope to go in the studio maybe June and try to finish, like add to those four and try to make a full length album.
Said like 10 songs.
Awesome. It's good to hear. Good to hear. I hate use my favorite. I said it three times. I'll say it for the fourth. But I guess if I'm going to do a little bit of a ranking, I think number two would be Bad Mind for sure. Number three would be the People Pleaser, and then number four. Why am I blanking on the last song?
Falling Under.
Falling Under. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I'm blanking on it. I think I've only heard it like once or twice.
It's
But
because people flip out about that. And a lot of different people, I mean, our genre, I just call it rock and roll because it's rock and roll. But everybody has all these subgenres and everything. But Falling Under appeals to like a lot of different people, and it seemed to have really took off. We didn't know which one to release first, so we asked a couple people, and they're like, "Yeah, Bad Mind or Falling Under." But it's not uncommon to, like you said, we run across people all the time. They're like, "Man, I Hate You," and I love People Pleaser. So I don't know. I think it's all a compliment to the writing and especially Abby. I think it's just a compliment that that not everybody says the same thing, right? Because it'd be like, oh, well, one song's good and the rest of them kind of suck.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. See, I don't think any of the songs are bad. It's just I think Falling Under I've only played like once or twice, so you know. it kind of escaped the memory a little bit.
Yeah, some people love it. Like some people like that's by far their favorite, and they wish all of them were that same vibe.
Like some people made I think it was a Spanish lyric version
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
on YouTube on that song, and they did like a whole deep dive into it, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think of it that way.
the
I was like,
Argentinians love us.
they love, yeah.
Brazil loves us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm thinking about doing, I started like an album review series. I think you guys are next on the board for your EP. And then I'm going to do a bit of a dive into there, give out the ratings, all that fun stuff. So
That's awesome, man.
Send that to us.
Yeah,
I will do for sure. And also, thank you very much for the goodie bag that's coming in. I really appreciated that. Thank you.
absolutely, man.
That's the stuff that like makes my entire week. Because I just got a t-shirt in from a band and I'm still happy about it right now.
Yeah, I know it's cool to get stuff.
Swag bag is it.
That's why we try to send it out because I know you have a thankless job. Well, I mean, you may get a lot of thank yous, but that's all you get.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And the last thing I could say is if you have anything you'd like to say about your band, yourselves, the floor is yours.
Just check us out on all platforms. We just made a TikTok, so we're working on that right now. But we have Facebook at Awaiting Abigail, Instagram Awaiting Abigail. We have a website, Abigail Awaiting Abigail Band.
Yeah,
That's what it's. And then we also have merch on there, so definitely everyone watching, check that out.
For sure, for sure. Thank you again for being here today. I really appreciate it. Sorry again about all the delays and stuff. Today was only 4 minutes over, whereas Friday I was completely in a whole different state of mind. I had to cram in a workout and a walk and then food all in the same day today, like all in the same sequence. And it's nice outside right now, right? We're in the 40s. That's nice for me. And I ended up taking a 30-minute walk and turning that into an hour walk. And I ended up making a 45-minute lift into an hour and a half lift. So time management was a little funky today, but nonetheless, I really do appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
hey, thank you. Can I get a screenshot real quick?
Of course.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this without totally messing this up. Are you in, Laurie?
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Dude, thanks so much, and we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. You know where to find us, and we know where to find you.
Of course. All righty. You have yourselves a good day, all right?
All right, thanks, Brandon. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. See you later.
Bye-bye.